someone she swore she despised. I stared at the images for hours, cold and detached, as if examining a crime scene. No rage, no tears, just clarity. Every lie, every whisper, every late night had led here, and in that clarity, I began to plan. The night she returned from her so-called girls' trip, I was waiting. Not with accusations, not with shouting, but with a single manila envelope on the dining table. Inside, hotel receipts, phone logs, photographs, all arranged in order, all undeniable. She walked in, laughing into her phone, her luggage trailing behind her. When she saw me, she faltered. When her eyes fell on the envelope, she froze. "Go ahead," I said, my voice flat, almost bored. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Her smile collapsed, her face drained. And then the inevitable words spilled out, frantic and brittle. "I can explain." But I already knew every explanation, every excuse, every performance. I stayed silent, my eyes locked on hers. It wasn't anger she saw in me. It was something colder, something sharper. And in that silence, she broke. I didn't yell, I didn't accuse, I didn't give her the satisfaction of chaos. Instead, I leaned forward, my words quiet, calculated, lethal. "You blocked me so you could live your double life. But here's the truth. You were never hidden. I watched you, every move, every lie, every kiss that wasn't mine." Her mouth opened, but nothing came. She was choking on the weight of her own betrayal. I slid the photographs toward her. "You thought you controlled the narrative. You thought I was blind. But you never realized. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy." Her tears began then, desperate, pleading. But I didn't move. I didn't reach for her. I didn't even blink. Because the confrontation wasn't for her, it was for me. To show her, with surgical precision, that she hadn't broken me. She had only revealed herself. And in that moment, I took everything back. The power, the clarity, the control. I left her there, crumbling under the weight of the truth she could no longer hide. I didn't pack in rage. I didn't slam the door. I simply walked away. No pity, no forgiveness. Only silence, the same silence that had begun it all. As I stepped out into the night, the air felt cleaner, sharper. The chains of her deception no longer bound me. And though the memory of her betrayal will remain, it no longer has claws. It no longer draws blood. She thought the lies gave her power, but in the end, it was the truth that destroyed her. And me? I didn't win her back. I didn't need to. I won myself back.
I didn't need to see them together to know. I could feel it, the energy shift, the emotional residue of betrayal. Still, I wanted confirmation. And when you want the truth badly enough, you find ways. She'd left her laptop once, forgotten it at my place. Password protected, sure, but nothing stays locked forever. A mirrored backup drive did the rest. There it was, an email thread, dozens of them. "You make me feel alive again. I hate lying to him, but I can't stop thinking about you." I scrolled until I couldn't anymore, until every illusion I had about her shattered into silence. But I didn't confront her that night. I didn't even text her. Instead, I sat in the dark, letting it sink in, letting the rage cool until it became precision. Because anger is temporary, but strategy lasts forever. 2 weeks later, she called me, the usual softness in her voice, pretending we were still friends. "Hey, how are you?" I told her I was fine, that I'd been thinking, that I wanted to meet one last time, for closure. She hesitated, then agreed. Of course she did. Guilt makes people predictable. We met at the same cafe, same table, same window. This time I arrived early, ordered her favorite coffee before she got there. When she walked in, she looked lighter, happier. The guilt was gone, because she thought she'd gotten away with it. I watched her smile fade when she saw the small brown envelope on the table. She sat down slowly. "What's this?" I didn't answer, just pushed it toward her. Inside were printed copies of her emails, screenshots of messages, dates, places, everything. Her hands trembled as she flipped through the pages. Her mouth opened, then closed again. No words came out. Her eyes flicked to mine, searching for anger, for confrontation, but I gave her nothing, just calm, cold, perfect calm. "Who sent this to you?" she finally whispered. I leaned forward slightly. "You did." Her face broke. The illusion collapsed. Tears welled, but not from remorse, from exposure. For the first time, I saw her fear me, not for what I could do, but for what I already knew. I let the silence stretch, let her drown in it. Then I spoke, low and deliberate. "You said we'd always be friends. You wanted to end things maturely. But maturity doesn't sleep with someone else and call it confusion." She wiped at her face, shaking her head. "I never meant to hurt you." "Stop," I said, calm, controlled. "You didn't accidentally betray me. You planned it, you scheduled it, you hid it, you chose it." She tried to reach for my hand. I pulled it back. "I didn't tell him about you," she whispered. "Please, don't ruin his—" I almost laughed. The arrogance of it. She still thought she had something to lose. I slid my phone across the table, a message already typed, addressed to him, containing everything. Her breath hitched. "You wouldn't," she said. I smiled, small, sharp. I already did. Her face drained of color. The tears came fast now, shaking sobs. She reached out again, pleading, whispering apologies I didn't hear. I stood. "Friends don't destroy each other," I said. Then I walked out. Behind me, I heard the sound of her breaking, the soft collapse of a life built on lies, and I didn't look back. The night air outside was colder than I expected, sharp, cleansing. For a long time, I stood there watching people pass, laughing, living, unscarred. I felt nothing, not anger, not satisfaction, just a quiet stillness, as if something that had been rotting inside me had finally been cut out. She would try to reach me again. They always do. They confuse exposure with forgiveness. But some wounds don't heal. They calcify, harden, become armor. I used to think love was about trust. Now I know it's about timing, about who betrays first and who walks away last. She chose deceit, I chose the truth, and truth always wins. When her final message came, "Can we talk?" I deleted it without opening. Because closure isn't a conversation, it's a decision. And mine was simple. We'll never be friends. Not in this life, not in any.